My dear students, good morning. Today our chapter subject is construction material. First of all, I introduce to you myself is Swaran Singh, lecturer civil at Pandit Jagtram Government Polytechnic College, Hoshiarpur. So now our subject is construction material and topic is the building stones. So in the building stone chapter, first we have to discuss the various type of stones, their classification, their uses. Now we discuss about the quarrying of the stone, how we obtained the stone from the quarries. So this is the main topic of today, quarry and quarrying of the stones. First of all, we can see about the quarry in detail shown in figure. So this is the quarry site where the stones are quarrying from the underneath of the ground by various method. So then it is transported to the other side of the stones. So this is the site of the quarrying. Now today we discuss about the quarrying of the stones. First of all, what is the definition of the quarrying? Stones occur in the form of natural rock masses or layers on the surface. The process of extraction or obtained of suitable stones from their natural rock beds or layers is commonly called quarrying of the stones. It differs from the mining of the ores of metals in that whereas quarrying is an operation carried out entirely on the surface, mining involves digging below the ground, sometimes at considerable depth. So ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਟੋਨ ਨੂੰ ਕੱਢਣ ਲਈ ਕਾਫੀ ਡੈਪਥ ਤੱਕ ਵੀ ਜਾਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ। ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਥੋੜੀ ਡੈਪਥ ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਰੌਕਸ। ਸੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਐਨੀ ਸੂਟੇਬਲ ਮੈਥਡ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਐਕਸਟਰੈਕਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ, ਉੱਥੋਂ ਨਿਕਾਲਣਾ ਆ ਧਰਤੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ। So this is process is called the quarrying of the stones. So first of all, we have to select the site for quarrying. We have to keep following factor into consideration while deciding about the location of a quarry site. Availability of sufficient quantity of the stone of desired quality, proper transportation facilities, cheap local labor, problems associated with drainage of rainwater, location of important and permanent structure in the vicinity, and the site for dumping refuse. So these are the some points while selecting the site for the quarrying. So various tools that are used for the various methods for quarrying. Quarrying tools are wedge, pin, hammer, dipper or scraping spoon, tamping bar, priming needle, jumper, borer, claying iron, crow, bar. So these are the equipment tools used for quarrying purpose. So in this figure, we can see the all the tools. A badges, B pin, C hammer, D racket, boring machine, E drill, F dipper, G tamping bar, H priming needle, and jumper, crowbar, chisel, pointed wedge, claying iron. So these are the 12 tools which are used for the quarrying purpose or the quarry of the rocks, stones. Quarrying methods. So there are so many methods for quarrying of the rocks, rocks suitable for the manufacture of the stone materials are called useful minerals, and the operations involved in obtaining minerals are called mining. In the process of mining, voids formed are called excavations, and the mined deposits are the quarries. The purpose of quarrying is to obtain stones for various engineering purpose. Depending on upon the nature and surface of the rocks and the purpose for which stones are needed, quarrying is done by the four methods. Number one, excavating. Number two, wedging. Number three, heating. Number four, blasting. So we have to discuss in short, one by one. Excavating, stones buried in earth or under loose overburdens are excavated with pickaxes, crowbars, chisels, hammers, etc. is known as excavating of the quarrying rocks. Wedging, the method of quarrying is suitable for costly, soft, stratified rocks such as sandstone, limestone, laterite, marble, and slate. About 10 to 15 centimeter deep holes at around 10 centimeter spacing are made vertically in the rock. Steel pins and badges or plugs, conical badges and feathers are inserted into them. These plugs are then struck simultaneously with sledge hammer. The rocks slabs split along the lines of least resistance through holes. The slab is completely detached and taken out with the help of crowbar and rulers. In this method, wastage is minimum and the slabs of required size and shapes can be quarried. So this is the method of the wedging. Drilled hole, crack, wedges. So drill hole करके ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ crack ਕਰਕੇ इधर ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ plug ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ hole ਨੂੰ. So this is a side view and section of the wedges method. Number 3, heating. Heating most suitable for pouring small, thin, regular blocks of stones from the rocks such as granite and gneiss. A heap of fuel is piled and fired on the surface of rock in a small area. The two conjective layers of the rocks separate because of uneven expansion of the two layers. The loosened rock portions are broken into pieces of desired size and are moved with the help of pickaxes and crowbars. So next is the main method of the quarrying, blasting. So in the blasting, we have to use some explosive, gunpowder, which is used for quarrying. Explosives used are blasting powder, blasting cotton, dynamite, cordite. Operation involved are in blasting. First of all, we have to dig the boring. Next is charging the powder, blasting powder, then tamping and firing. So these are the 4 operations involved in the blasting. Number 1, boring. Holes are drilled or bored in the rock to be dislodged. For vertical holes, jumpers is used, whereas for inclined or horizontal holes, boring bars are used. One person holds the jumper exactly in the place where hole is to be made. The other person strike it up and down and rotate it simultaneously. Water is poured in the hole regularly during the operation to soften the rock and facilitate drilling. The muddy paste generated in the process is removed from holes by scraping. For hard rock, machine drilling is employed instead of hand drilling. Number 2 is charging. The holes are drilled completely and the required amount of charge is placed in the hole. Charge means gunpowder, any explosive material. For drying the holes, rag is tied in the scraper and is moved in the hole from where it absorbs the moisture, if any. In case it is found that water is oozing into the hole, water tightness is ensured inside the hole. Next method is operation is tamping. After placing the charge in the hole, a greased priming needle projecting a little outside the hole is placed in the hole, which is then filled up with damp clay or stone dust in layers tamped sufficiently with a brazed tamping rod. The priming needle should be kept on rotating while tamping is going. This is done so that the needle remains loose in the hole. The priming needle is taken out and 60 to 75% of space is created by withdrawal of needle is filled with gun powder. A brick Ford fuse, a small rope of cotton coated with tar is placed just touching the needle. The other end of the fuse is kept sufficient length so that person igniting it can move away to a safe place. तो फ्यूज़ ਦੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੰਨੀ ਲੈਂਥ ਰੱਖਣੀ ਕਿ ਥੱਲੇ ਤੱਕ ਬੋਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਨ ਪਾਊਡਰ ਤੋਂ ਅਟੈਚ ਕਰਕੇ ਔਰ ਬਾਹਰ 1.5 ਮੀਟਰ ਤੱਕ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੋਲ ਤੋਂ ਪਰੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਦੂਰ ਤੱਕ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣੀ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਇਗਨਾਈਟਿੰਗ ਪਰਸਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆ ਉਹ ਫਿਊਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਫਾਇਰਿੰਗ ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੱਕ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੇਫ ਪਲੇਸ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਜਾਏ ਜਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਲੇ ਦੁਆਲੇ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਪਰਸਨ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਸੇਫ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ 'ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਜਾਣ। ਅਗਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੈਲ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਂ ਸਾਇਰਨ ਵਜਾ ਕੇ ਅਲਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਬਲਾਸਟਿੰਗ ਹੋਣੀ ਹੈ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਸੇਫ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ 'ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਜਾਓ। ਸੋ ਲਾਸਟ ਆਪਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਇਜ਼ ਫਾਇਰਿੰਗ। ਬਲਾਸਟਿੰਗ ਪਾਊਡਰ and cordite are ignited by means of a fuse, whereas gun cotton and dynamite are exploded by detonation. So this is the two method of electrically detonator and hand operated temperature charge blast hole. So this is the figure shown the hole. नीचे we have to fill the base charge, priming charge, detonator tube, fuse, lead, then ऊपर आके plug कर देना। ਜਿਹੜੀ fuse copper wire है insulating wire ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਾਫੀ ਪਰੇ ਤੱਕ 1.5 ਮੀਟਰ ਤੱਕ ਅੱਗੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ then we have to ignited electrically। ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ tempered with charged blast hole ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਉਹ 'ਚ base charge then ਫਿਰ tempered ਕੀਤਾ tempered clay ਨਾਲ ਉਹ 'ਚ ਰੋਡ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ fuse ਲਈ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਬਣਾਈ then you have to put the inserted the fuse in the gunpowder ਤੱਕ then outside the safe place ਤੱਕ line of least resistance ਉਨੀ ਡੈਪਥ ਤੱਕ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੋਲ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਘੱਟੋ ਘੱਟ line of least resistance ਤੱਕ। So figure show that this. So precautions in the blasting. Blasting should not be carried out in the late evening or early morning hours. So also discuss the borehole must be thoroughly cleaned before charging them with the explosive. The lighting end of the safety fuse should be cut in oblique direction while in knife. The detonator should be blown and tapped at open end so as to clear sawdust from its inside effectively. After inserting the fuse in the detonator, it should be fixed by means of nipper. Nipper ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ फिक्स कर देना फ्यूजन. The junction of the fuse and detonator must be watertight, means of tough grease with lead or tar if there is presence of water, or when the hole is damp. ਉਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਟਾਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਂ ਲੈਡ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਸ ਫਿਊਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਵਾਟਰ ਟਾਈਟ ਕਰ ਦੇਣਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਮੋਇਸਚਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆ ਉਹ ਨਾ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਸਕੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਫਿਊਜ਼ ਤੱਕ. So maximum 10 holes may be loaded and fired at one time successively and not simultaneously as far as practically. So blasting hour should be made public, and a siren and bells should warn the workmen and nearby public timely to retire to a safe distance. The danger zone, an area of about 200 meter radius, minimum 200 meter radius, that is declared danger zone, should be marked with red flag. So nobody can enter in that area. First aid facility should also be available in that immediately. So these are the so many precautions in the while blasting. So number of charges fired, number of charges exploded, and the misfire should be recorded. How many number of charges fired kite, how many number of charges explode kite sige, and the misfire should be recorded. Explosive should be stored and handled carefully. Nobody can near about it, and any cigarette matches should be blown near that area. Detonators and explosive should not be kept together. Cartridge should be handled with rubber or polythene gloves. Maximum of 10 bore holes are exploded at a time, that are successively and not simultaneously. So these are the so many precautions while adopting carefully while doing the firing to the explosive in the holes. So nobody near about it, and no person retire in that area. Nobody can enter in that area. 200 meter circle area should be flagged. होने चाहिए. So this is the precautions while blasting. So types of explosive, composition, characteristic, suitability. So blasting powder, gunpowder, blasting cotton, gun cotton, dynamite, cordite, galatine dynamite, galginite, lithofracture, rock. So these are the explosive which are also explain the composition in which what is the material. So after that, the blasting, the stone materials are drawn from the quarry site, then dashed into the suitable pieces so that it can be transported by vehicles by suitable size and weight. So then to the stone site, drop the stones, and further they are dressing and making the good building stones. So there are so many effects on the atmosphere, on the environment, because of when so much explosive fired, so many smokes, dust stone, so blown in the environment air. So the effect of that is on the environment in that around area. on the crops, on the trees, plants, animals for breathing purpose. So many problems are also created. So it's also effect on the environment. So due to this effect, we have to properly done by with carefully and ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸਾਵਧਾਨੀਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਦੀ ਬਲਾਸਟਿੰਗ ਉਸ ਏਰੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਟੁਡੇ ਟੌਪਿਕ ਇਜ਼ ਦਾ ਕਰਿੰਗ ਆਫ ਦਾ rocks. So in this topic, we have to discuss about the what is quarrying of the stones, what are the tools used for the quarrying purpose, methods ਕਿਹੜੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, excavating, wedges, heating, blasting. ਨੈਕਸਟ ਬਲਾਸਟਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਐਕਸਪਲੋਸਿਵ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਗਨ ਪਾਊਡਰ ਹੈ, ਡੈਟੋਨਾਈਟ ਹੈ, ਡੈਟੋਨਾਈਟ, so many explosives that are used in the explosive, so many, so we have to discuss in detail about this method and so many precautions to adopted in that for purpose of explosive blasting. So thank you very much.